All right, welcome back. It is November 17th, and we are creating an app for SoundDecision 1.1.5. So today we are looking at, I'm just going to show you quickly. If you don't know how to do something, you always want to go to your palette over here, your drawers. And if you don't know something about a canvas, you're going to click on your question mark, go to more information, and you can read everything you want to know about a canvas. So a canvas, you'll see it has an XY coordinate. It is in a reverse upside down coordinate plane. You can see everything you can do to it: font size, line width, drag, flung, methods. You can clear the canvas. Okay. And canvases also have edges. So let's go see if we can find the information about an edge. So you just kind of read through here. Notice here that they have pixels per millisecond, and you have a heading to degrees. Set the backgrounds. All right, so let's go ahead and start our. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new project. Start a new project. So this is going to be SoundDecision 1_1_5. And I'm going to have to go period 1, quarter 2, hit OK. All right, so is everybody ready to go on their GUI? It's a pretty simple GUI today. All we're going to do is put in a large canvas. You're going to go down to your drawing and media, drag in a canvas. Let's go ahead and rename this canvas CNV Game Board. Notice that I have a capital G, capital B. Hit OK. Width, fill parent, height, fill parent, get it to fill up the entire screen. I am going to put in an image sprite. I'm going to rename this image sprite ball. And then I'm going to go down to my media, and I'm going to put in 8 sounds. I don't want a player, I want 8 sounds. Sound 2, sound 3, sound 4, sound 5, sound 6, sound 7, and sound 8. Why are we doing that? Because we just talked about canvases have regions. Okay, so this is region 1. The top northeast corner is region 2. The east edge is 3. The southeast edge is 4. The southern border is -1. Southwest is -2. West edge is -3. And the northwest edge is -4. So when we hit these 4 corners and we hit these different numbers, we're going to play a different sound and have the ball bounce around the screen. And when it hits the different edges, it's going to create different sounds. The next thing we need is a clock. I believe it's in sensors. We're going to drag in a timer. And once again, you're going to notice right here that timers have an interval. And right now it's set at 1,000. Okay? So what you guys need to know is this is in milliseconds right now. Timers run in milliseconds. So 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. Okay, write that down on your engineering paper. 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. So if I wanted to run this timer every half a second, what would I make that interval be? If I wanted to have a half a second, 500. If you reduce that down to 500 right here, this timer will fire every half of a second. And that's very important because if you guys ever get into game programming, you want your timers, you want to do game programming? In game programming, you want your timers to fire as fast as they possibly can to take out any kind of lag or glitch, or you want it to run really quick. So you need to really focus on learning timers. All right? So I'm going to run this timer at, I'll do a half a second. All right? So now if you want, you guys can go ahead and get some images. You guys probably want to get a background screen for your game. Remember, this is an easy game to create a ball in. If you guys like basketball, make this a basketball court. If you like football, make this a football court. Racquetball court. Soccer, Allison, you want to make this a soccer game? Put a soccer ball in there. Get a soccer field on there. Whatever you guys want. I would encourage you to make this probably some kind of a ball sport. This is an easy game to make a ball sport out of. So this is really our GUI. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of work right now. You go to your internet and you type in tennis court. Now, you guys got to be wise when you select images. Okay, so if you go to images here, you do not want to select an image that's 3D. You would not want to select this right here. Are you with me? Even though that looks realistic, less is more in game programming. You want a 2D object. So you want to go back here. Let's go to images. I would select something like this one here. This would be fine. Okay? This one would be fine. Any one of these are good. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab a tennis court. Go ahead and select your court right now. That's a nice one. But once again, it's 3D. You see that? You don't want 3D. You want a two-dimensional image. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and select your court. And you go to View Image, and you save that image, and you put that into your court. Next thing I'm going to do immediately is I'm going to go get a ball. So I'm going to go get a tennis ball. And you just select images, and these will come up. Any one of these works fine. I like these one that's kind of look 3D. So there's my tennis ball. And then what I'm probably going to do right now is I'm going to probably put in an image sprite. So I'm going to go image sprite up here, an image sprite right down here, and then I'm going to rename this first one image sprite Roger Fed, Roger Federer, best plus tennis player in the world. And I'll name this image sprite opponent. Okay? And now you guys can go ahead and work on getting in your game board. I'm going to go to image. Okay, now we got to talk about screen orientation here. You know, you got to think about this. How do I want, my screen is longer than it is wide. It's 300 by 400, right? So I probably want to have screen rotation here on my phone, okay? So I probably need to go to Gimp and do some work with this where I rotate the court. All right, so you guys can go ahead and do that now. You can go into here and you can right click on this one, okay? Or I could just use this one right here. Okay, let me do that right now. So I'm going to go back to my project and I'm going to go to game board. I'm going to change its image and I can go down here and delete this image. Thank you. I'm going to go to upload, choose an image. I'm going to choose this court. I like it because it has a net. I hit OK. And then I go into image ball. So you go into your picture of your ball. And let's see what this Wilson ball looks like. Okay. All right, so now what I want to do is show you how to make a transparencies. Have we gone over transparencies yet? Okay, so I'm going to right click on my image. I'm going to go to this Wilson ball. I'm going to edit it with Gimp. All right, so this is an activity on making this background transparent. If you look at this Wilson tennis ball that has a white background, you don't want that. So you want to edit that with Gimp. This ball opens up in Gimp. You want to go to your Windows, Dockable Dialogues, Layers. Take your Layers tool out. You're going to right click on this little icon over here, Add Alpha Channel. You're going to go to your blue, red, and green, select by color, select the white, and hit delete. Okay. Now you have a transparent and background. You'll only see the tennis ball. Okay. What you may want to do right now, if you look at this is a 400 by 400 tennis ball. Remember, our screen's only 300 by 400, so this ball is humongous. So you probably want to shrink this by using your scale tool. Click on the top right-hand corner, and you can drag that down to a much smaller tennis ball. And you might want to make it like 60 by 60. Something more manageable that takes up less memory. So I'm going to reduce this to 60 by 60. And then I'm going to hit scale. And that's supposed to rescale it. Okay. And I don't know why I'm... Okay, so I've rescaled this. And now I'm going to go ahead and crop it. So you take this little crop tool and you scroll in, scroll out, find the ball. Let's move these out of the way. and you're just going to drag a crop around this. Try to get 60 by 60 perfectly. Double click. Okay, now I can go over here and add alpha channel. It's already on there. Color picker, select the white, hit delete, and there's my Wilson tennis ball. So now I can go file export as Wilson tennis ball. So I'll say Wilson ball 60 x 60, 60 by 60. And I can't make it a JPEG. Anytime you add transparencies, you have to make it a PNG. So you hit export. Make sure this save color values from transparent pixels is off. Hit export. And now that's in my file. Okay, so there's the 60 by 60 ball. You go back into your MIT. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this picture. And now I can go ahead and add a tennis ball. Oops. I'll delete both of these. Okay, so I'm going to go to image ball, upload it, choose a file, and there's my 60 by 60 tennis ball. Much better. And then now I'm going to go ahead and go to my background screen again, game board, background image of my game board, upload my tennis court, and there we go. Okay. Now if you want this ball to be a little bit smaller, now you can go ahead and change its height to like 30 by 30 pixels. Okay. Width 30 by 30. And there's your tennis ball. How many people understand what I'm doing? Okay. So now I am really ready to start building this. Okay, so that's building the GUI. If you want to put in images here, you guys can go ahead and put in images of players. That's fine. 5 minutes left, and I'll show you how to put in some images. Let's see if we could do like screen orientation. Here it is, screen orientation. We want to be horizontal. Landscape. So there you go. I just went ahead and changed my screen landscape so that I can get a better idea of what it's going to look like. Because when you play this game, I'm imagining that you want to play it landscape, not portrait, so that my tennis court's a little bit longer. All right. So now I can put my sprites over here. Here's sprite 1. Where's my opponent at? I've lost him. Okay. So that's it, and that's how you build your GUI right there. I just went ahead and set it up for landscape, and we're good to go. Have fun. We'll see you.